Well, joining us on Left, Right and Centre tonight is Derek O'Brien, the Trinamool's parliamentary party leader in the Rajya Sabha and a member of parliament, of course. Derek O'Brien, thanks for joining us. Lots to talk about tonight. Beginning with what you wrote for NDTV.com, something that Mamata Banerjee has also repeated today. You said that in August 15, 2019, Narendra Modi will not be addressing this nation from the ramparts of the Red Fort. You're saying don't extrapolate too much from the Tripura results. However, let me ask you first about Bengal. Aren't you just a little bit nervous that the BJP was able to pull off this win in your neighborhood, in your backyard? Something you thought was impossible even 3 years ago has been made possible today.
No, the situation is completely different. Tripura and Bengal. Tripura was surrendered by the CPIM. You know, it was a beleaguered CPIM. Tripura were looking for a change. And CPM surrendered. Where is Bengal and where is Tripura? The total number of voters in Tripura is 25 lakhs. One of the smallest districts in Bengal is Howrah. We have 32 lakh voters in Howrah with 2 MPs from Howrah. We are talking about two completely different situations. So Bengal and Bengal, there is only one race on. Who will come second, third and fourth? And this is not arrogance, because the Bengal, 2 pillars of Bengal have been development and diversity. We won an election 1 year ago, just over a year ago, sweeping win. We won every by-election in Bengal. So Bengal, I think 2 states are already a done deal. One is Bengal and the other is Telangana. Okay, now, please understand, BJP are trying to hype this up, but let not the hype cloud, let's not forget the logic. They're trying to cloud the logic. Because if you really want to study the election results of elections in the last 6 weeks, you have to look at Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, bordering Haryana, those contiguous states and Chhattisgarh. In those 4 contiguous states, 75 seats, BJP have 71. As a student of politics, if you study those results, it's pretty clear that from the 71 out of 75, they will drop to something like between 15 to 20. This is not Trinamool numbers. You give this to any cephalogist, and you all are the top channel when it comes to cephalogy. You will, if you extrapolate that data, they are minus 50 in these 4 contiguous states. And we haven't even got to UP.
Derek,
you know what developments have happened. Now, over the weekend, there have been a lot of interesting developments.
No, exactly. No, I get your point that you can't overread one election result or the Northeast election results. I think they're very important. They've had an impact. They've galvanized the BJP cadre. But of course, what happens in the other state elections later this year is very, very important, if not more important. And we'll have to wait and see what happens. But you talked about what happened over the weekend. Now, what happened over the weekend also was Mamata Banerjee saying, and I'm quoting her here, that had Rahul Gandhi accepted my proposal for an alliance with the TMC and the Hill parties, Tripura would have been different. She says this is Congress negligence and she doesn't understand why the Congress said no to this. Can you elaborate on this? What exactly happened with the Congress here?
I can't elaborate on what exactly happened with the Congress, but I can tell you what the chief of my party and the chairperson of the Trinamool Congress and the CM of Bengal, what she said was the truth. We wanted to try and work out an alliance and it didn't work out. But it didn't work out. Now we have to look ahead. In looking ahead, what else happened on the weekend? Now it's pretty obvious in Andhra Pradesh. In Andhra Pradesh, the TDP have been in touch with us for a while. Let me also tell you the TDP MPs were in the Trinamool office today in Parliament for about 45 minutes discussing with my colleagues what the contours of the Andhra Pradesh reorganization and what were the demands and trying to explain to us. That's the TDP. Then we had the TRS. TRS yesterday, Mamata Di and the Chief Minister of Telangana had a very, very useful, purposive conversation. By the way, I might as also tell you that Mr. Stalin of the DMK and Mamata Di, they also had a long 10-minute conversation yesterday. Now, you know, when in demonetization, Mamata Di was right up in the front. Who marched with Mamata Di on the 16th of November 2016?
1 second, Derek, because
the 2 or 3 parties who marched. The National Conference marched. The National Conference marched.
You've
the
given
Shiv
2
Sena
news
marched.
points here. 1 second, I have to ask you about that. You're saying, A, that the TDP has been in touch with the Trinamool Congress in Parliament. Has the TDP actually been in touch with you over opposition strategy in Parliament? They're technically still in the NDA.
See, for that you will ask the TDP. Let me also tell you, last week, the parliamentary party leader of the TDP and also the minister, I know he did invite Mamata Banerjee for his daughter's wedding. So it was a wonderful wedding, and I had the good fortune of going there as a representative of the Trinamool and Mamata Banerjee to convey the good wishes, to convey our good wishes. So we are pretty much in good books with the TDP as well, and the TDP, from whatever I picked up in my 2 days in Hyderabad, both the TDP and the TRS, I think both of them pretty much know that the BJP is not a brand they want to be associated with in the 2019 elections. Shiv Sena have gone on record. We all know that the Congress.
Jump ship? They're serious about jumping ship?
You see, I'm not a journalist, nor I'm a political analyst. I am a Trinamool Congress spokesperson. But Trinamool Congress and Mamata Di, before I made the Red Fort statement, Mamata Di discussed the Red Fort statement with me one day before that. So I think you are giving me too much credit for that Red Fort statement. It was actually her idea, but it's a very nice statement, and it's a thought out statement that in 2019, Prime Minister Modi will not address this nation from the ramparts of Red Fort simply because the numbers will just not add up. There are two, now you might be saying I'm indulging in big talk. Hold on, I don't mind waiting for another 10 days before I give you some more big talk. March 14th is another important day. Because on March 14th, let's take a very close look at what happens in the Phulpur Lok Sabha bypoll in UP. There's the other one, Gorakhpur. I will concede, again as a student of politics, that Gorakhpur perhaps is a little better off for the BJP than Phulpur. But Phulpur is match on. In both these seats, the BJP have won by 3 lakh votes plus in 2014. I'm going to stick out my neck and say, Phulpur, it's a toss of the coin. It's very, very close. Now there's one SP candidate being supported, the BSP will be supporting the SP candidate. Now Congress have got a candidate in there. Maybe Congress too will support the SP candidate, and then we really have a match on. Now if BJP, I think before Karnataka, this is a big match on the 14th of March. Now the Congress too have a role to play. So just don't brush them off because they couldn't form the government in Meghalaya. The Congress have a big match on. They've got to win Karnataka. It's a one-on-one match there. They've got to do very, very well, and I'm sure they will in Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan in these states. So when we are looking at this, please don't say or please don't assume that because all these loose federal parties have got together, that doesn't mean the Congress too don't have a role. Of course they have a role. Of course they've got to win their matches. The bottom line is you have to win your state.
But Derek, that's an important point that you've made, that don't think that the Congress is out of the picture essentially. However, you mentioned that Mamata Banerjee did have a conversation over the weekend with KCR. Okay, now KCR is on record as saying that he is now proposing this idea of a non-Congress third front, right? A non-Congress political front, and he says Mamata Banerjee has supported him on that. Has she?
Mamata Di has suggested the coming together of federal forces, at least in this Lok Sabha term, from about 2015, actually more like 2016, after the demonetization announcement. So that has been the suggestion she has made, that she's in touch with all the political parties. Why are you leaving out the NCP? Why are you leaving out the SP, the BSP, everyone? But the significant thing of the weekend, is the TRS coming on. It doesn't make a difference, there's not about ego here. I suggested it, you suggested it. It really doesn't matter. But I think they're reaching out yesterday of Mamata Di and the discussion she had with the Chief Minister of Telangana and the head of the TRS. I think these are very important signs. I think the TDP also is pretty much clear that they're not going to fight the 2019 elections in alliance with the BJP. These are all signs, and the Shiv Sena have gone on record. Plus you've got the 17, 18 parties who've already been working together.
I'm asking whether Mamata Banerjee supports the idea of a political front without the Congress in it. In other words, do you all feel that the Congress doesn't have what it takes, in order to be able to lead an alliance, or Rahul Gandhi is not the right person? Has she supported KCR on this issue of a non-Congress front?
I think the focus here is very, very clear. The BJP has to go, and we all have to win our. We all have to, play our innings and score very well in each of these innings. I'm glad you haven't asked me the question of leadership, because that will also come after the election. Please understand this. Mamta Di, look at the track record.
No,
okay,
you're not.
Let's not get into
You're not
PRS
answering
and
that
TDP.
question. Has Mamta Banerjee,
I'm giving
is she supporting the idea
question?
of a non-Congress front against the BJP? Yes or no?
You heard what she said when she spoke to. You heard what she said when she spoke to the TRS chief yesterday. And I think there are a lot of federal aspirations, you know, except for defense.
No, can you clarify?
You know,
yes
the
or no?
Is also, I think the big issue
is the Congress. I mean, as far as Mamta Banerjee is concerned, is the idea of another front without the Congress now taking hold?
You see, Nidhi, I don't think you should look at this front and that front, because that is oversimplifying it. It is oversimplifying it. I want to make one very crucial point here. Mamta Banerjee is a 3-time union minister. She's got 40 years experience in politics. She's got 40, 45 years of, she's overthrown the left organically. Please understand this, organically, not like the way it was done in Tripura. Okay. Now, she has been an MP for 25 years. And now she is all set to, she's repeated the chief minister again. She got elected with a big margin. Now, people are looking at Mamta Banerjee. She's not going around with her CV and a biodata saying, call me, do this. People are looking at her as this binding force. She's not interested only in the chair. She is more interested for the nation. What do we do to ensure, because BJP are now saying their focus is Bengal. If their focus is Bengal, Orissa and Kerala, well, our focus is Lal Qila.
All right. And importantly, you're basically not ruling out any political formation. You're not saying it should be a non-Congress front or it should be a front that includes the Congress. You're saying it's basically, it's an open scene. It's anything could happen.
Let me tell you in Bengal. Let me tell you about Bengal quite clearly, so you don't have any misunderstanding. 2019 or 2018, whenever the elections are announced, the Trinamool Congress is fighting all 42 seats in Bengal, all 42 seats in Bengal. Who stands, where stands, we don't know, but all 42 seats in Bengal. This much I can assure you and tell you now.
All right, no other assurances then
BJP will stand,
for the moment.
CPIM will stand, Congress will stand.
Okay, all right. All right, Derek O'Brien, thanks very much. Lots of news points there in what you said, and we're going to discuss those further tonight. Thanks very much for joining us. Thank you.